What is up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Blackblade, and welcome back to Vlog Part 5 of our Summon Raging Spirit build. Now, I wanted to update the Witch build, pertaining, of course, to the minion build that we are doing. Now, to start off, let's get into the skill tree proper. At first, I started with getting the mana regeneration and some mana nodes over here, and of course, I went up here getting some increased life and increased mana, and then of course, evidently getting some more life over here. Now, the witch really struggles to get some life nodes because primarily almost all of the life nodes are on the right side of the skill tree and also on the left side. So we need to take as much life nodes as we can. And then of course going in the middle, taking Lord of the Dead. Since we are a summoner build, we will take everything or almost everything which has a relation to our minions. Of course, getting some more minion life over here, and getting some more minion damage over here. I am stuttering a lot. I do apologize. All right, now the next part will of course will move to the right side of the skill tree, going up here, taking physique, and of course taking the Written of Blood. This is of course for more life for our character. And of course, we're going down to take Grave Intentions. This of course increases our maximum number of zombies by 1, and of course increases the maximum number of skeletons by 1. Plus, add to that of course a plus 15% resistance to chaos, and then of course going through life and chaos resistance, and increasing the minion's life by 10%. Now, if you are using a shield, then I think you may, and of course if your shield is a really good shield with life and resist, then I suggest that you take the Necromantic Aegis. This of course will increase all of the bonuses, will apply all of the bonuses from your shield instead to you. It will be applied for your minions instead. So I think this is also a powerful skill node for us to take if we are doing a wand and an energy shield build. But since in my case I'm using the Searing Touch, that is a two-handed staff, it will not work for me. Alright, so let's go to the right side then. So after the patch released, it actually gave me the opportunity to rethink through the build and come up with more damage for our Summon Raging Spirit. So I took the spell damage nodes over here, and then some more cast speed, and then of course getting to Elemental Dominion, and then I went up over here, taking some more fire damage, taking Firewalker, which of course increases our fire damage by 15% and adds a 15% to our fire resistance, and finishing off with an 8% increased fire damage over here. And then of course I went up, going up here, taking the Immolation for some more increased fire damage. The reason that I'm taking so much fire damage is the Summon Raging Spirit, as you can see, is also considered as a fire gem. So the Summon Raging Spirit will benefit from fire-based skill nodes. And then of course I went up, taking some more life. We really need to reach the maximum threshold of at least 3,000, and as you can see, my life is already at 3,096 with an energy shield buffer of 434. So I am at roughly 3,400 when it comes to survivability. Alright, so of course we need to take the Purity of Flesh. 18% increased maximum life is a huge additional percentage to our life, and of course add to that a plus 8% to our chaos resistance, and of course getting the another 6% increased maximum life over here, plus 4% chaos resistance. Now I did go up. Of course we need to take the minion instability, because if our minions have so much life, as you can see there, if they die, what's going to do is they will explode, dealing 33% of their maximum life as damage to surrounding enemies. So that will be very beneficial, especially if you got a lot of skeletons surrounding enemies, and then most of them will die. Of course, of course, what I mean is when they die, they will explode, dealing some more damage to surrounding enemies. My God. Sorry. Alright, so I'm going of course to the right here, taking some more minion life, and then some minion life and minion regeneration. Now I did opt to get the Death of Attunement, although I'm not using any specters in my build. But what I really want about this is of course the plus 8% increased attack speed to all of our minions. That includes the skeletons, the zombies, and of course the the summon raging spirit. And of course taking some minion damage and life leech, and taking minion damage over here. And then of course going down here, taking the grave consequences, so that we can add some more life to our minions, and some more maximum number of zombies and maximum number of skeletons. Then of course we move to the left side part of the skill tree, taking of course as much life as we can. As you can see here, 8%, 8%, 8%, and an additional 8% some more, and plus 3% increased effect buffs on our character, and plus 20 strength. And of course going down here, taking the grave expectations. Of course, that will have our minions would have a plus 16% resistance to all elements, plus 1 to our maximum number of zombies, and also an additional 1 to our maximum number of skeletons. And then of course we went down over here, going to the cyan part of the skill tree, taking of course the grave pack for more zombies, more skeletons, and of course 20% increased damage for all of our minions. And of course taking some minion attack and cast speed. Of course we are not using the specters, so we are just in it to take the to take the increased attack speed for our minions. And of course getting some life leech over here, and getting some 10% increased maximum life over here. And then of course getting the shaper, which of course increases our mana regeneration rate by 40%, and of course gives us a plus 1% life regeneration per second. Of course whether you like it or not, you're gonna take it, because going down here we need to take as much life as possible. They removed, I think, there are 2 or 3 more life nodes over here. I don't really get, or I don't really understand why they removed 2 more skill nodes. So I still opted for getting as much life nodes as I can by getting all of the life node circle over here. And wait a minute, and of course on our right side I've also taken the life and mana nodes over here by increasing our maximum life by 6% and increasing our maximum mana by 8%. And so with this one, and of course getting some more mana regeneration. Now you may be wondering why hold on, let's activate our auras. Now you may be wondering why I got so many so many life regeneration nodes, and of course what I mean is mana regeneration nodes, and some more mana regeneration on my gear. The reason behind that is of course our summon raging spirit costs a lot. As you can see, per summon of a raging spirit skull is at 68, so that is a pretty high mana cost. The main advantage of having so much mana regeneration into our build is we can spam the summon raging spirit as often as we can without really worrying about our mana. As you can see there, our mana is regenerating really fast, and we have a maximum of 11 skulls at any given time, in game. So with that said, let's get into our gear. Alright, so with regards to my gear, I'm using this one, the Searing Touch. I think this is a really OP, unique item here in Path of Exile, simply because, any fire gems that are placed in this item would get an additional plus 2 levels. And as you can see, plus 36% increased spell damage, which will of course benefit our Summon Raging Spirit. As you can see, our Summon Raging Spirit is also a fire, and the staff also gives us a plus 21% increased fire damage, 36% increased spell damage. I think I just said that. 10% increased cast speed, and of course 70% increased burning damage. Now, what is attached to our Summon Raging Spirit is a Fire Penetration Gem, minion damage, because the Summon Raging Spirit is also considered a minion. So, really, in my opinion, I think the Summon Raging Spirit skill gem is really one of the most OP skill gems in the game. And of course, what's attached there is another faster casting and some increased duration, because we want the Summon Raging Spirit to be in play as long as possible. As you can see there, the Summon Raging Spirit is at 5.64 seconds, before they disappear. Now let's go to my helm. Nothing much to say about this helm. It is a energy shield based helm. As you can see, it has a 69%. It has an additional life of 69 and 2 resistances, fire and lightning. And of course, what is attached to our race zombie is minion life, minion damage, and minion speed. So this is my armor. It's a pretty bad armor, or although you can argue that it has a trifecta of resistances there. But I could have, it could have rolled better with a life. So when you're getting an armor, get life and then get at least 2 resistances there. Alright, so what is in there is reduced mana, purity of elements, clarity, and portal. For my amulet, I'm using the I have no idea how you pronounce that. But whatever, it has a 25% increase to our mana regeneration rate, 25% to our cold resistance, plus 1 physical attack damage leached back as mana, which I don't think we'll be using, or because we're not doing any physical damage at all. As you can see, but what's important there are the 3 minion bonuses that the amulet gives to our minions, plus 10% to increase maximum life of our minions, 15% increase movement speed to our minions, and minions deal 13% increased damage. So that's a pretty good amulet for us to use if we are going for a minion based build. For my ring, ideally what you'd really want is life, mana regeneration, and at least 2 resistances. What I have here is exactly like that, but as you can see, the life is really low. It's only plus 21, but I gain a 45% increased mana regeneration rate. For my other ring, I only chose this one because of the mana regeneration rate. It is the highest mana regeneration rate ring that I have. As you can see, it's 54%, and add to that, of course, I have plus 15% to fire and lightning resistance, and a plus 30% to our fire resistance. That's it. Alright, let's go to our gloves. The gloves is pretty common. It's an energy shield gloves with a life and 2 resistances, and of course a plus 34 to our mana. For my gloves, pretty common gloves. I mean belt. It's a pretty common belt. As you can see there, more life innate, and it has an additional 82 to your maximum life. So that's an additional of 8, 9, 10, 11, 100. 12 plus, I don't know, you guys do the math. And of course, there's 2 resistance there. High roll, I might add. 33% to the cold resistance, and plus 29% to the lightning resistance. And for my boost, I'm using this. Very common, life and 2 resistances. And of course, what is attached to my skeleton is a spell totem, minion life, and minion speed. Because ideally, you don't really want to worry about summoning anything else. So, let the spell totem summon the skeletons for you, and it will that will make us worry about more important things, such as summoning the raging spirit, and of course just cursing the monsters. Alright, what is attached here? Of course, flammability. We need flammability for in order for our summer raging spirit to deal more damage to our enemies, or to bosses or elites. And of course, what is attached there is increased area of effect. And I have 3 life flask here, and a quicksilver flask, and of course a granite flask, because sometimes there will be mobs or elites or unique monsters which will move really fast, and you have to be prepared to take 1 or 2 hits before running backwards. Alright, so I think I've discussed everything. For our resistances, I am not doing really good with cold resistance. As you can see, my cold resistance is only at 58%, and we already have our purity of elements activated. But that's okay, since we are not melee. We are not going anywhere near close to any of the monsters, so we'll let our minions handle the damage for us. But as you can see there, my fire resistance is capped. Our lightning resistance is also capped, 75%, and our chaos resistance is not really good, negative 48%. But that is okay. I'd really love to know what the current damage of the skulls or any of our minions are, but it doesn't really show here. As you can see, it only has cast per second, cast speed increase, burning damage increase, and fire resistance penetration, but no actual damage. Or is there? I don't know. I don't know. There's just nothing to indicate how much damage our minions are doing. So with the skeletons, and so with the what do you call this, raised zombie. Alright, so I think that's about it. Let's get into some gameplay and let's go ahead and kill Cole. By the way, we are at Merciless Act 3, and yeah, so let's go and look for Cole. So I'm not exactly sure if, I'm not exactly sure if I could, what do you call this? If I could update almost all of the builds. I think I already have more than 7, I think, give or take. I'm not entirely sure. And but I'm going to update as much as I can. You know, it really depends, because if I have work, then I'm going to be busy with work. So yeah, and of course with the Reaper of Souls coming out on March 25, I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to be playing a lot of Path of Exile if that game releases, if the Reaper of Souls releases, because I really love that game. I really love D3, but it just got boring when but it just got boring, as what am I trying to say here? I don't know. The game just got boring as time passed. But then they made a lot of improvements, especially the Paragon skill level thing. I think I really like that. I've been playing the what do you call this? The new patch of Diablo 3, and been tinkering around with some builds for my barbarian and for my monk, and yeah, so I got some pretty good items to add to that. Oh god, you know how hard it is to really just talk straight. It's pretty difficult, especially if you're talking in not your native language, and even if even if you are, it's still very it's still very difficult. All right, so where is he? Hold on, let's just skip these guys right here. Hold on. Whoa, experiencing some lag there. Okay. All right. So the skulls are really doing so much damage, if you guys have noticed. Oh, I think this is him. Okay, this is him. All right, let's go. Curse them, and then whoa, no, why am I lagging? All right, there we go. Oh no, shit, what the hell? Okay. Whew, I almost died. So apparently when it comes to Cole, we can die at around 2 hits. I didn't even see that. What the hell just happened? So this is only one of the bad things to this game. Is the amount of lag, and I don't really have that powerful PC, and yeah. But aside from that, I think the build will still hold. Just make sure that you are a really good distance away from Cole, because he has that kind of like a short range attack that will hit you from behind. Even though if your minions are up front, if he does that attack, he will still hit you behind your minions. So you have to worry about that. God, I almost died. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and thank you so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed the content, please like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, see you guys on the next part of my video. Have a good one. And yeah, so I'm going to capitalize on that on my next succeeding levels. I'm going to be taking the Holy Fire skill node over here, and then probably some more fire damage nodes over here, and then some more increased damage